When a family faces cognitive decline, our very first instinct is, well, to circle the wagons around medical care, right? But lurking right behind that incredibly visible battle is a silent, creeping threat that most families completely miss until it's just too late. It's a hidden history of a person's life that starts to slip away. As the quote here so powerfully reminds us, dementia changes memories, but it doesn't have to destroy a family's finances. The hard truth, though, finances absolutely do not protect themselves. So today, we're going to learn exactly how to protect them.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're on a mission. We are talking about rescuing a lifetime of hard work by gathering up all those scattered financial puzzle pieces before they're lost forever. We're moving from a chaotic, scattered puzzle to a secured box. I'm going to guide you through a highly effective, structured method to organize your loved one's financial life piece by piece so absolutely nothing leaks away.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll tackle the 1,000-piece financial puzzle. Then, mapping assets and bills, followed by insurance and beneficiary reviews. After that, we'll get into planning income and care, the family financial huddle, and finally, securing the final legacy. Let's jump right in.
Part 1. The 1,000-piece financial puzzle.
So, families are really dealing with two completely different realities. On one hand, you have the visible medical side. The doctors, the medications, the care plans, everyone focuses here, and for good reason. But in the background reality, there's a hidden history to your loved one's finances. A literal lifetime of hard work has somehow turned into this 1,000-piece puzzle scattered across junk drawers, old emails, and most dangerously, locked entirely inside their fading memory. While everyone is watching the medical side, bills are going unpaid and scammers are circling. If that memory fades, those pieces aren't just hard to find, they are gone. We've got to get them all into one box.
Part 2. Mapping assets and bills.
Okay, so we're starting with what I like to call the treasure map. This is your asset and account inventory. Look, you simply cannot protect treasure you can't find. Years from now, someone might stumble on an old bank statement in a drawer for an account nobody even knew existed. That's money earned and saved over an entire lifetime, just lost because it was never written down. By making this master list, you are effectively rescuing that hidden history. And hey, don't stress about making it flawless on day one. Pieces found always beat pieces perfect.
As you're building out this map, you'll want to track down the usual suspects: bank accounts, investments, property, but do not forget the hidden ones. We're talking old 401ks from jobs they had decades ago, savings bonds stuffed in a shoebox, or even digital money sitting in a PayPal or Cash App account. And yes, you've got to map the debts too: mortgages, credit cards, loans. Every puzzle has its dark pieces, and we need those in the box just the same so there are zero surprises down the road. Now, once you've located the assets, you've got to map out where the money is actually going every month. Think of this monthly bill tracker as a train schedule. Those trains, they run whether anyone is watching or not. Miss a train, and problems compound incredibly fast into late fees, shut-off notices, or a lapsed insurance policy. By clearly laying out what the bill is, when it's due, and exactly how it's paid, you stop a fragile system, one that previously lived entirely in one person's head, from completely derailing during a bad month.
Part 3. Insurance and beneficiary reviews.
You know, insurance policies are literally exactly like umbrellas sitting in a hall closet. You bought them years ago for a rainy day, but when you finally need to pull them out, some have holes, some just don't fit the family's needs anymore, and honestly, sometimes you realize you're paying for umbrellas you completely forgot you even owned. This is exactly why an annual review is so critical. You absolutely must confirm policies are actually active. Never, ever assume. Believing a policy is active when it actually lapsed 3 years ago is just a heartbreak waiting inside a filing cabinet.
All right, now we are getting to what is honestly probably the most crucial concept in this entire explainer: the golden window. When it comes to beneficiaries on accounts and policies, the name on the form wins, period. It totally outranks a will. If an ex-spouse from 1992 is still listed on a life insurance policy, guess what? They get the money. The form does not care about your family's story. The golden window is this brief, critical period right now where updating that beneficiary is just a simple 5-minute form because your loved one can still legally understand and sign it. If you wait too long, that quick 5-minute form morphs into an insanely expensive, exhausting legal battle.
Part 4. Planning income and care.
For most retired folks, monthly income isn't just one big paycheck anymore. It's more like a bunch of small streams all flowing into one river that pays for their life. You need to map exactly where those streams are coming from. And then, you need to ask the brave, tough what-if questions. What happens if a pension shrinks when a spouse passes away? What if expenses suddenly double overnight because of unexpected care costs?
Now, you aren't solving all of this today. You're just doing what a pilot does, running the pre-flight checklist, so absolutely nothing mid-air catches you by surprise.
And when it comes to long-term care, there's a very clear ladder we need to look at. As dementia progresses, escalating care is inevitable. Families who refuse to look at the costs get blindsided by them, but families who look early, they get to plan. The ladder goes from family caregiving at home, which is lowest in dollars, but wow, highest in time, all the way up to full-scale nursing care. Knowing the rung is ahead means no single step is a shock. Your homework here is to call local providers. Anchor these steps with real dollar amounts for your specific area. And most importantly, ask your loved one what they actually want, while they can still tell you.
Part 5. The Family Financial Huddle.
Look, when just one person tries to carry this whole financial picture all by themselves, they burn out, and inevitably, siblings start feeling left out. Money silence is exactly where family fights and deep-rooted sibling suspicions are born. But money sunlight? That's where shared work builds a completely unified front. Taking that proverbial puzzle box and putting it right in the middle of the table where everyone can see it, that shifts this from being your burdensome job to being your family's shared plan.
To actually make this huddle work, though, you've got to have some really firm ground rules in place. Rule number 1, one voice at a time. Number 2, solve forward, don't blame backward. Seriously, there is no room for, well, you should have done this 5 years ago. It's only, okay, what is our next step? And number 3, the most vital rule of them all. Mom or dad's voice gets the absolute loudest microphone in the room. This entire meeting exists to support them. It's a team strategy session, guys, not an intervention.
Part 6. Securing the final legacy.
You know, a legacy is so much more than just what someone leaves behind. It's what they actually meant by it. We're looking at 3 layers here. The financial legacy is what we've just spent time building, all the accounts organized, mapped, and protected. Then there's the intention legacy. This is capturing the why. Like, why exactly does a specific grandchild get grandma's favorite ring? Write that stuff down. And finally, the story legacy. The beautiful little secret of this whole process is that while you're sitting there with your loved one digging through boring paperwork, these incredible, priceless stories start coming out. Their first house, the lean years, the hidden history of their lives. Record them, please. That is a history no dollar amount can ever touch.
At the very beginning of this journey, all those puzzle pieces were scattered everywhere, through messy drawers, buried inboxes, and a slowly fading memory. But now they are securely in the box. Everything in that box is something your family can never, ever lose. Dementia may steal memories, but it will not take the house. It will not take the life savings. It will not take the legacy, not from a family that has built this box.
So that brings us to one final, pretty provocative question. Will you pack the box before the door locks? You have a golden window right now. The pieces are still out there, just waiting to be found. Don't wait for a crisis to force your hand. Start building your treasure map today. Gather your family together and secure a legacy that will truly stand the test of time. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.